up, y'all? It's Ty in this video. Today, we're going to be talking about the new event, I'll call it an event, in NBA 2K25 MyTEAM, in which you guys can guarantee yourself a free diamond card. Now, am I making this sound better than it is? Absolutely. Because the diamond card that you guys can guarantee yourself is Diamond Julius Randle. Now, look. I'm a Timberwolves fan, and Julius Randle's actually been solid for the Timberwolves. Like, I'm not going to hate on Julius Randle. That's not what we're doing here. But the bad part about Julius Randle is he's just not great, guys. His release isn't great. I just feel like the card on this game leaves a lot to be desired. But what am I talking about? Well, if you go into Triple Threat Park today, and you win 5 games in a row, number one, you get a laser focus pack. You get an 84 overall premium. And then you win 5 games in a row. You get Julius Randle. Here's the situation with Julius Randle. The card's not horrible. I don't want to sit up here and hate on him, but he's undersized. He's only 6'8". Look at his stats, 83 3-ball, dunking the ball is fine, defensively is okay. But I just feel like when you're looking at Julius Randle in the overall picture, he's just not ideal. You know, there are just more ideal cards to have at that power forward position than Julius Randle. Like, his release leaves a little bit to be desired. His player build's not great. But at the end of the day, you can get a power forward, and then if you badge him up, he's got 29 gold badges. He is really good for no money spent players. He is. Like, there's two sides to this. Like, for my squad, Julius Randle is not worth getting. But for the other side of it, guys that, you know, are looking to add, you know, Julius Randle to their squad, he's a really, really solid option for you guys. So, I don't know, winning 5 games in a row in triple threat, it's difficult, guys. Like, the average person probably is going to struggle with it. Winning 5 is not for the faint of heart, because you guys got to realize, for every win somebody gets, everybody else gets a loss. Like, it's not easy to do. I'm glad that they put these events in the game, but like, Julius Randle's got to be one of our worst auctionable diamonds in the game, okay? That's maybe gassing it, but he's just ultimately not good. And so, is this something on this Sunday? God loves you. Jesus died first. I love you, okay? But on this Sunday, is it worth you guys taking your time to grind this out? I don't know. Like, I genuinely have a hard time saying, like, yeah, this is worth the grind for the average person, because, like, even for myself, I mean, is he even better than James Worthy? I don't know. He's probably about that type of level. So I'm not hating on Julius Randle, but it's not something that I'm personally going to grind. Now, I will say this. If I had a no money spent squad series, I probably would grind out the Julius Randle, add him to my squad, because at the end of the day, he is a free diamond card at the power forward position that can play for you guys. Like, at the end of the day, that is that's what's to know about Julius Randle. So that's kind of where I'm at with things, how I feel, you know, about the Julius Randle event. I am glad that we have a triple threat park event. I wish there were more events like this, but it just comes down to I'm not super high on Julius Randle in the game. I actually thought to myself, like, should I give you guys a Julius Randle gameplay? And as I thought about it, I'm like, it's Julius Randle. Does anybody really care about Julius Randle? Is anybody really going to watch that gameplay? I mean, I'll go in here to shoot around with Randle so you guys can see exactly what the card looks like. He does have a wide player build, so that's, you know, a nice part about Randle. But I just feel like the overall card and his release isn't necessarily great. Now, I will say this. His release isn't the worst. You know, as I am shooting with Randle, it's a card you should be able to green with. It's just not the quickest release, but it is really, really, really smooth, and a release you guys should be able to consistently knock down. So, I mean, again, I'm not saying Randle is worth it or not worth it, but I think for no money spent players, he probably is worth it. I think for, you know, the average person, it's just tough to win 5 games. And I don't want you guys having to spend multiple hours trying to grind for Julius Randle when I don't even love the card. And so that's kind of my approach to things, where I'm at with Julius Randle. I do think the card overall is going to be a solid option, but, you know, I just think there are better power forwards. So that's kind of my approach to Julius Randle. Plus, with all the other budget power forwards you have in the game, whether it's Josh Smith, whether it's Keith Van Horn, it's just super, super, super tough for me to be like, yeah, Julius Randle is the guy for you guys. So again, free grind. If you guys are good at the game, this is at the core of it. If you're good at the game and don't have a good squad, and Julius Randle could help your squad out, I would grind it out. I would, like, genuinely. That's where I'm at. Now, if you are one where you've got a really good squad, let's say you're running Paulo at the power forward position, it's just tough because Julius Randle really is not going to help your squad out. Like, at the core of it, Julius Randle is not going to help your team out. So what you're adding in for card collector, but that's basically it. So that's kind of my approach to things. Obviously, you know, I could go and grind it out quick, but at the end of the day, it's just for a card that's, you know, not going to help my squad out. which does make it a little more difficult to be like, yeah, let's spend some time doing it. So that's where I'm at. If you want to go get Julius Randle, you absolutely can. I do expect triple threat to be sweaty today. I feel like every time there is a diamond thrown into this triple threat win streak, you know, it's tough to get. I just wish along the way they gave us some other things, like an unsellable pack is fine, but then you get an 84 plus overall player that's unsellable. That card's not going to help your squad out. Plus, Julius Randle, again, who really, I mean, I'm not hating on him, but it's like, he's not necessarily that appetizing either. So, again, am I going to go get Julius Randle? I don't know. I maybe, just because I mean, I don't hate playing Park, and, you know, Park wins help out, or whatever the case may be. But at the core of it, it's like, for the average person, spending, again, if you lose the game, like, you could spend hours on it and not even get Julius Randle. It's hard for me to tell you guys it's worth doing. Now, along the way, you will get some MT from playing the game, winning games, stuff like that. But I just don't know, like, from my side of things, if Randle truly is worth it. So that's kind of my approach to things. It's the approach I'm taking. For me, if I had a nobody spent squad series, he would be a guy that probably would help me out. Like, or even if you are just starting the game, I mean, Julius Randle is a good enough card to play. Like, is he as good as Cat? I don't know. Like, on the game, in real life, like, he's not in real life, but on the game, probably nearly just as good. But there are, you know, other power forwards that I prefer. Like, even a badged up Sharif, I probably prefer to Julius Randle. So it's just so tough for me to tell you guys Randle's worth it. 6'8", undersized, power forward. Release-wise, it's not as, honestly, when I shot with him in shoot-around, his release is not as bad as I thought it was going to be, but it's still not necessarily like a release that's like, yeah, this release is it in my team. So that's kind of where I'm at, what to think about. And as I'm waiting in Park, I don't have the motivation to go get Julius Randle. It's crazy. A month ago, we saw Ronnie Cycli in Park, and he's way better than Julius Randle. So that's where I'm at, guys. I don't think it's worth my time to go get Julius Randle today. So if you wanted to see a video of me getting Julius Randle in a gameplay, I'm sorry, guys. It's just ultimately not going to happen. But I will say this, Julius Randle, for the average person watching this video, might be able to help your squad out. The bad part is you got to win 5 games in a row. And again, I know for really good players out there, you're like, oh, it's a breeze. But for the average player, let's be honest, that ultimately is just not easy to do. So that's going to wrap it up for my video today, guys. Let me know your thoughts on the Randle event. To me, it's a cool thing that they added into the game. I just wish it would have been a little slightly better diamond. Like, they couldn't have even given us, like, a Miles Turner, Austin Reeves, OG Anunoby type card. They had to give us Julius Randle. It's funny. Drop a like on the video, guys. Subscribe if you are new, and as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.